Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to be putting on some makeup because putting on makeup when I feel depressed or when I feel like crappy about myself, putting on makeup actually helps me. I don't know, it lifts my spirits a little bit. It makes me feel a little bit better about myself and a little bit more put together and like I'm being a little bit productive for the day. So um, I thought I could talk to you guys about the whole situation with my sisters and like the stalker thing that happened afterwards and how I believe it's all connected. Okay, so back in December of 2018 or 2019, no, 2018, I'm sorry, December 2018, me and my sisters got into a fight because I was on Xanax, and I blacked out on Xanax, and I guess we had some exchanged some words that weren't so pleasant. We said some things to each other that were awful. And then around September of 2019, I called my sister, my younger sister, and to apologize because I realized that I was in the wrong and that we weren't going to progress in a relationship if like I didn't say something, because my sisters are incredibly stubborn. Now my older sister, I wasn't too worried about a relationship with her because I never really had one with her, but my younger sister, who I used to be really close with, I was gonna try to repair that relationship. So I I called my sister at work because she had blocked me on everything else. And, I apologized to her and everything. And then at the end of September, I went up to Alaska. And my little sister had just broken up with her boyfriend. And she was living by herself. So she told me, I was only going to be there for a week. So she said I could stay with her. And so, everything was going good up until, but see, I noticed some things were different about her. She was being a lot more distant. She had lost about 150 pounds in less than a year. And see, she is a recovering drug addict, an alcoholic. I'm a recovering drug addict. And, when you're a recovering addict, you have slip ups. And you cannot hide those slip ups from other addicts or other ex addicts because it's so obvious when your behavior changes. My sister is the type of addict who, like, when she starts doing something, it takes complete hold of her and she just loses herself in it. I am not that type of drug addict. Like, I can still very much, be the same person, but and be on drugs, and you wouldn't even be able to tell because it's such a, I don't know, like second nature to me. Well, it used to be anyway. And so I noticed some things about her that were strange. She was acting strange. She was hiding things that were. She was barely eating. She was staying up all the time. She was going out at weird hours of the night, which was just so unlike her. She's like a Taurus and she is a paralegal, and she was like, she used to be so about her sleep. She's like, because she had to get up at like 6 a.m. to be to work by like 7. So like her going out in the middle of the night was just strange. And so she was being really distant from me, and she was like staying in her room a lot. And she was acting like I was in the way and she didn't want me there. That's like the vibe she was giving me. So I texted her and I was like, dude, like, if you don't want me here, like, I don't understand why you're acting the way you're acting. And like, because we told each other, like, if something is bothering each other about each other, bring it up in the moment. Don't hold on to it, because she has a problem with not letting me know if I'm doing something that's bothering her. and then she'll hold on to it for a long time until she just blows up. Um, I'm very much a type of person that, like, if I'm doing something that's bothering you, you have to let me know. Otherwise, how can I like change that behavior? Like, I'm not a mind reader. So I told her this, and she completely freaked out on me. She was like, you know what? I don't need this bullshit. Like, you can just leave. And it was on my birthday that this all went down. And which it didn't really matter. It was my birthday because it was just, my birthday's just another day, so whatever. But my son was spending the night that night, and his birthday's the day after mine. And so I texted her, she freaked out on me, and like, I just lost it. Like, I went into the room because I'm not the type of person to, like, if you've got something to say it to my face. Don't be a coward and like text me and then not say anything to my face. Like, how, that's so pathetic. So I went into her room and I was like, dude, what is your problem? Why are you being this way? Blah, blah, blah. And she started yelling at me. She's like, I'm going to call the cops, get the fuck out of my house. And she like kicked me and my son out of her house on a rainy day on my birthday. And I called my mom to come get me. And so she come and get me, and my sister was like freaking out, screaming, saying she was going to call the cops on me and like all this stuff. And it was just so a lot. And then I go to my mom's house, and, I spend the rest of the time up there, and like my other sister totally took, my older sister took my little sister's side because they're closer than me and my older sister have ever been. And my older sister told me that like I was worthless because I didn't have a job and I didn't make money, because they were both kind of forced and had a bunch of help going through college. In Alaska, when you are Native American or Alaska Native, you get a lot of help from the corporations to go through college, and they help you pay for stuff and all that stuff. So they had a lot of resources and a lot of people helping them. And so they treat me like I am just a piece of dirt and I'm just nothing because I don't have a job. Meanwhile, they were worse drug addicts their whole lives, more than I had ever been. But anyway, so my little sister, she starts to contact my boyfriend and telling him that he needs to let me go to jail, and that, like, I'm just a piece of shit and I'm a liar and all this stuff, and I was using him. And she was just so angry that me and my boyfriend were in a good place finally. And, that he never turned his back on me. He always helps me and takes care of me. And he's really like always been there for me. And we've been together for 10 years now. And she was trying to contact him and tell him all this stuff behind my back. And I found out that from her ex-boyfriend when I was up there, that she had been like talking shit about me every single time I was up there. Like, she would be saying how like annoying I was and how much she didn't want me around. And she was like accusing me of stealing stuff from her. And she would give me things and then she would tell everybody that I stole them from her. And she was telling everybody that I was on drugs. Come to find out, she was doing cocaine, which is why she lost a bunch of weight. And then when I got back from Alaska the second time, my boyfriend, so before I left, this weird number started texting me out of the blue. It would change where it was from every time, and it would like say stuff. The person would be saying like stuff like, "Oh, I know what you've done. You can't hide your secrets from me. I have proof." And they would send me pictures of like random people that kind of resembled me. And they were texting my boyfriend saying the same stuff, that I was like cheating on him and that I was like doing all this stuff behind his back, uh, and sending pictures that kind of resembled me but weren't me. And then all of a sudden, I come to find out that my boyfriend was like sexting this chick, the chick that was texting him, saying that I was like cheating on him, because he believed her. And I know it was somebody in Alaska, because when I would go to Walmart, my boyfriend, he would send me money through Walmart, the Walmart thing, Walmart to Walmart, and he would text me, because I would get a ride, and sometimes for my mom, my brother would be with me, and he would text me like, "Who's the guy with you?" And of course it was just my brother. And it was some girl in Alaska texting my boyfriend, and I believe it was she told me that she had bought a car from him through over the internet, and that's how she started talking to him. And he told me that they met online, and he met her on Craigslist or something. And so, where they both had different stories, I believe that my little sister, had one of her friends start texting him and like trying to break us up, because she has been trying to break us up for quite a while. And my little sister is kind of twisted. And when I was married to my ex-husband, she came to live with us back in 2009 after I had my son, and I found one of her journals, and she was like fantasizing about sleeping with my husband. So she's always like she tries to take on traits that are me, like my personality traits. She tries to basically take on my persona, all the while telling people that I'm shitty and that I'm crazy and that I'm like insane. Like, it's crazy. Like this whole time I thought I knew her, and like this whole time she was like talking bad about me and like backstabbing me and telling people that I was awful. Like, it's hard to believe that somebody could be so two-faced, So I was dealing with that over all the holidays. I came close a few times to just breaking up with my boyfriend altogether, because for a while, I felt like we were just making each other unhappy. And there was like a communication block, to where anytime I brought up how he was making me feel, and like how he was like not including me in his life whatsoever. And like, I wasn't even invited to like Christmas dinners or anything. I would spend the holidays alone. For the past, I don't know how many Christmases and Thanksgivings, I've been alone, while he'd be over at his house with his sons, all together. So I kind of felt like, if I don't have a place in your life, then what's the point of me being in your life? And so I tried to like break up with him and everything. And of course that didn't happen, because he was insistent on saying, "Oh, I'm gonna change," and blah blah blah. Now I admit he has gotten better about not lying to me and like being more honest with me and open, because I can respect the fact that you did something. Like, you're an adult. I can't stop you. If you want to cheat on me and if you want to go be with somebody else, that's your prerogative. But at least have the fucking balls to admit what you've done. Don't sit there and lie and hide, behind lies and saying I love you and stringing me on if that's not really how you feel. Just be fucking honest. Be straight up with how you feel. It's not hard. Really, it's not. Like, If you don't want to be with somebody, just fucking say it. So, I've been having, the past few months have been a struggle with a lot of areas in my life. But I've let a lot of parts of me die off this winter, which is healthy. It's healthy to go within and like do some internal weeding, as I would, it's kind of like going through and picking out the parts of you that you find unsavory and letting new things grow in their place. So the spring is all about letting parts of yourself die off, for other parts to flourish and grow. And that's what I've been letting happen. I've been just using this time in the winter to really reflect on my life and where I want it to go, and who I want to bring along with me in the future, and who I would like to, just let fall off naturally. And I've noticed a lot of other people are going through the same process. So I feel right now is a big period of growth for a lot of people, which is brilliant. It's magical. And I think it's what this planet needs, is just this rebirth and this new growth of, who we are and what we're, finding new purpose, or finding purpose in general. So yeah. How have you guys been doing? My subscribers on here have been steadily growing every day, which is really awesome. I'm really proud of myself for sticking with making videos for so long. It's been over a year that I've consistently made videos, and I feel really, really good about myself for doing this. It actually feels really nice to, my subscribers have I'm only just past 200, but it doesn't matter how small it is. It's a steady growth, and I feel proud of the steady, constant growth that's happening. It makes me feel really good about myself. And it makes me feel like, even though it's not much, and I'm not out here doing, the Lord's work or anything, or I'm not being revolutionary, I'm being true to myself. And, this channel has helped me figure out who, what kind of person I want to be. I mean, not fully yet, because, growth is an everyday process, and we are always every day evolving and changing, and life is a process of change, constant change. You don't ever get stuck in an idea of who you think you should be for too long, because life and the journey of life is all about changing and evolving, and always evolving into newer and better versions of yourself. So don't get hung up on an idea of who you think you should be for too long. Play with all the ideas of who you want to be. I think that's what makes life so beautiful, is you get to explore different versions of yourself all the time. And nobody can ever tell you which version is better, because it's all up to you. It's all about who you want to be and how you want to be portrayed in this world and in this life, and what kind of impression you want to leave behind. Because when you die, that's what you will be remembered for, or forgotten for, is how you treated people. And what you made them feel like after you have left a room or after you've left their life. Like, what kind of impression do you leave on people? You know, it's important. It's an important thing to work on. Always be working on yourself, and always try to put the best version of yourself out there if you can. I know it's hard to stay positive and stay pushing through this life. Trust me, I know it's a tough process. So, I don't know if you guys are interested in the makeup products I'm using, but I will tell you what I'm using anyway. So, for my concealer, I use the Instant Age Rewind. And for a highlight concealer, I used this one. It's a Magic Lumi highlighter. It's like a liquid highlighter. I just kind of like put it on my cheekbones and on my bridge of my nose and here and my chin, pat it in. Then I use this Wet n Wild translucent powder. Then I use the Hoola bronzer. And then I use the Urban Decay primer potion. And then I'm using this. I bought this off of Amazon a while ago, like a long time ago actually. And I thought I was buying the actual authentic chocolate bar palette, the Too Faced one, but it's a ripoff. But it's still pretty, so I still use it. I'm using that, and also this little color tattoo eyeshadow in, I don't know, it's like, Barely Brazen. It's like a really sparkly, shimmery eyeshadow. And this, I'm using like this, kind of like a cherry cola color on my outer corner. Lately I've been trying to do different makeup looks because I've got a lot of makeup, but I tend to just wear the same fucking boring ass combos of makeup every day, and I'm just so bored with it. Just like I'm bored with my hair and I'm ready to dye my hair again. What color do you guys think I should dye my hair? Like a dark brown? Or maybe go lighter? I don't know. I don't think I'd go lighter. I don't really like myself with light hair. Because it like washes out my skin tone and everything. Makes me look kind of pale and, I don't know, weird looking. I don't know. I need some new makeup because I'm getting really bored with this makeup that I have. Like, I've had a lot of it for so long that it's like, it's time for some new stuff. So, my next video, I'm going to do a video about the things that I actually use frequently in witchcraft. Because when you get into witchcraft, you realize that there's like, it calls for a lot of different tools. You need like an athame, you need a cauldron, you need a censer, you need a smudge stick, you need an abalone shell, you need a wand, you need amulets, you need sigils, you need candles, incense, resins. Like, there's so much stuff that you could like delve into and buy. And you know, like, yeah, ritualistically those things are really handy, but like on a day-to-day use with like practical magic, I guess you could call it, you don't really use a lot of those things. Like, there's so much of my stuff that I've bought that I've never even used yet. Like, I have a cauldron that I bought, probably like last year, and I have yet to use it once. And like, I saved up for it. I freaking put it on layaway and everything, and I still haven't used it. So like, there's things that you shouldn't really waste your money on when you're buying witchcraft supplies, because a lot of it you end up not really using. So I'm going to do a video on things that, like, supplies that are worth the money and things that aren't worth, like, wasting your money on when it comes to witchcraft supplies. Because surprisingly, there is a lot of stuff that is recommended that you buy that you never ever use. Unless you're doing like big ceremonies, you're not going to be using these things on a regular basis. But guys, this video is getting really long, and I'm still, not finished with my makeup. But I'm going to pause this, and then I'll come back to you when I'm finished with my makeup. So, all right, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and sitting here and talking with me. I enjoyed it. I've been kind of lonely, but I'm going to go take a walk because it's a really nice day out today, and I'm going to get out of the house and try to make myself feel better. I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Positive self-talk always, and I will see you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.